Let's confront an uncomfortable truth together. You are not genuinely admired. Rather, you are merely tolerated. Does that sting? It should. Society has conditioned you to crave validation from others without revealing that this very quest for approval can lead to your undoing. Your life has been a lesson in being agreeable and pleasing, yet no one warned you that kindness can invite treachery. When you bend over backward to please others, you expose your vulnerabilities. Each act of kindness becomes a gamble, where those around you silently assess just how far they can push before you break. Imagine standing at the edge of a precipice with the weight of expectations pressing down on you. The thrill of influence is intoxicating, but the fear of falling is ever present. Are you ready to navigate this fine line between admiration and vulnerability? Deep down, whether you admit it or not, you know love is a fleeting emotion, easily lost with a single misstep. In contrast, fear is steadfast. It imprints on memory like an indelible mark. But let's be clear, I'm not talking about fear rooted in humiliation or hatred. Those breeds chaos. Instead, I mean the fear that fosters respect, the kind that dissuades others from challenging you because they recognize the repercussions of crossing a boundary. Here's the hard truth no one wants to acknowledge. It's often safer to be feared than to be loved. History is replete with examples of leaders who craved love and met their demise at the hands of those they trusted most. Excessive kindness is often misinterpreted as weakness. In this world, weakness becomes an invitation for exploitation. Machiavelli understood this well, even if modern society pretends to reject such notions while practicing them in secret. You might think that setting firm boundaries equates to cruelty. However, consider who benefits from this misconception. Those who lie in wait for your missteps thrive on it. People act in their own self-interest. Loyalty is conditional, lasting only until it no longer serves them. Respect thrives on the fear of consequences. It is upheld by an understanding that certain lines should never be crossed. The wise influencer knows how to balance authority with compassion while avoiding unnecessary brutality. This viewpoint may seem harsh or cynical, but look around you. How many times have you seen someone too generous trampled by those they aided? How often does indulgence turn into permission for betrayal? Yet you persist in believing that love can shield you from treachery. It cannot. The only true defense lies in respected authority, a measured fear that curbs destructive ambitions without crossing into hatred. Real power isn't about being liked or adhering to others' expectations. It's about earning respect. And yes, sometimes fear, because respect born from fear endures longer than the fickle admiration that love offers. It's not about becoming tyrannical. It's about mastering human nature. People cherish what they fear losing and disdain what seems safe. If you aspire to lead effectively, learn to manipulate the delicate balance between respect and fear without allowing fear to devolve into irrational hatred. Hatred breeds irreconcilable enemies, while respectful fear cultivates loyal followers. Do you wish to be strong? Accept reality. Stop desperately seeking affection and instead learn to manage fear wisely. Be fair yet firm. Be kind but never indulgent. Act with shrewdness. Anticipate betrayals and prepare strategic responses. In those crucial moments when faced with adversaries hoping to see you falter, only your true authority, the one built on balance and dignity, will prevail. Remember, people quickly forget favors but never forget imposed respect. Machiavelli was correct. Sustainable power arises from respectful fear rather than the volatile whims of love. Let's explore the concept of affection further. Love, as often portrayed, is a fragile construct. It can shift with the winds of circumstance, leaving behind heartbreak and disappointment. The affection you cultivate over years may crumble in an instant due to a single misstep or an unguarded moment. This impermanence can become a liability for those seeking to wield influence. When leaders prioritize being loved over being respected, they expose themselves to manipulation and betrayal. Take, for instance, historical figures who sought universal adoration only to be undermined by their closest allies. These leaders believed that kindness would shield them from danger, yet they were blind to the reality that excessive kindness is often seen as weakness in the eyes of others. In this delicate dance of influence, understanding the nature of human emotion is paramount. People are driven by self-interest and will act based on their perceptions of risk and reward. When leaders prioritize affection over authority, they foster an environment where betrayal becomes likely. To illustrate this point, consider the story of a prominent leader who was beloved by his followers, yet met with betrayal from within his circle. This leader had always prioritized kindness and sought to please everyone around him. He believed that his popularity would insulate him from challenges and dissent. However, his very approach made him vulnerable. His closest advisors began to see him as weak and ineffectual. As time passed, these advisors conspired against him, undermining his authority and eroding the foundation of trust he had built through kindness. In the end, he was left isolated and betrayed by those he had once called allies. This tale serves as a stark reminder that love may feel good in the moment, but can lead to vulnerability if not balanced with respect. Fear, when wielded correctly, can be a powerful tool for maintaining authority. It is crucial to distinguish between irrational fear that breeds animosity and respectful fear that commands loyalty. The latter can serve as a stabilizing force within any organization or community. Think of respected leaders throughout history. Those who instilled fear not through cruelty, but through an understanding of consequences. Their followers knew that crossing certain boundaries would lead to repercussions, fostering an environment where challenges were approached with caution. The intelligent leader knows how to harness this kind of fear without descending into tyranny. They understand that true strength lies not just in demonstrating power, but also in creating an atmosphere where respect is paramount. This balance is essential for fostering a culture where individuals feel compelled to uphold standards without fear of irrational retaliation. Imagine a leader who maintains clear boundaries while also exhibiting empathy towards their team members. This leader recognizes when to apply pressure and when to ease off, creating a dynamic where individuals feel valued yet aware of the stakes involved in their actions. Such leadership fosters an atmosphere of mutual respect and accountability. In this context, fear becomes a tool for fostering loyalty rather than dissent. When followers understand the potential consequences of their actions without feeling oppressed, they are more likely to remain committed to the leader's vision. Now, let's address another uncomfortable reality: the loneliness that often accompanies leadership. As one ascends to higher positions of authority, the number of genuine allies tends to dwindle. The higher you rise, the fewer people can grasp the weight of your decisions or share in your burdens without harboring resentment. This loneliness can be isolating, yet also frees leaders from emotional dependence on others' approval. When leaders accept this solitude, they gain clarity in decision-making, free from the distractions of seeking affirmation from those around them. Many great leaders throughout history have faced this paradox of power. The stronger they became, the more isolated they felt. Consider figures like Abraham Lincoln or Winston Churchill. Both faced immense challenges during their leadership tenures and often found themselves standing alone in their convictions. In moments of crisis, when decisions must be made swiftly and decisively, the ability to act without hesitation becomes paramount. Leaders must learn to trust their instincts and judgment rather than seeking validation from those who may not fully comprehend the complexities of their roles. This solitude strengthens their resolve and sharpens their decision-making abilities. It cultivates a sense of independence that enables leaders to navigate difficult terrain without being swayed by external pressures or opinions. A crucial element often overlooked in effective leadership is the power of strategic silence. Many leaders feel compelled to fill every silence with words or explanations. However, this impulse can undermine authority rather than bolster it. Silence can be a potent weapon when wielded wisely. It forces others to fill gaps with their insecurities and interpretations, creating an atmosphere charged with tension and anticipation. When leaders remain silent at key moments, others are left wondering about their thoughts and intentions, which can generate a subtle yet profound respect. Consider a leader facing dissent within their team. Instead of immediately reacting with words or actions, they choose silence, a moment where tension hangs in the air. In this pause, team members begin to reconsider their positions and motivations. They become acutely aware of the implications of their choices. This technique allows leaders to maintain control over conversations and situations without overtly demonstrating power. By employing strategic silence judiciously, leaders cultivate an environment where others are compelled to reflect on their actions, leading them to reconsider their choices without direct confrontation. However, caution is necessary. Excessive silence can lead to misunderstandings or irrational fears if not managed properly. An intelligent leader knows when to introduce moments of silence and when to break them with clarity and decisiveness. Every leader faces rivals. Some overtly challenge authority while others lurk in the shadows. Managing these rivals requires a strategic mindset that recognizes their potential contributions rather than viewing them solely as threats. In many cases, rivals can inadvertently reinforce a leader's position by reminding others of the dangers associated with opposing authority. By allowing them space within the organization while observing their behavior closely, leaders can gather valuable insights into their rivals' motives and strategies. Consider a leader who understands that acknowledging rival strengths also highlights their own authority, rather than attempting to eliminate competition outright, a move that could backfire. The wise leader allows rivals to exist within certain parameters while subtly monitoring their actions. This strategy serves multiple purposes. It creates an environment where rivals are compelled to stay vigilant while also providing opportunities for collaboration when necessary. By observing rivals closely without revealing intentions outright, leaders position themselves advantageously in both competitive and collaborative contexts. Furthermore, maintaining a degree of calculated uncertainty around one's own intentions fosters an atmosphere where rivals must remain cautious in their actions, never fully knowing how or when a leader might respond. Interestingly enough, praise can play an essential role in managing relationships within a leadership context, but must be administered with precision and care. Overpraising can dilute its impact. Thus, leaders should reserve recognition for moments that genuinely warrant acknowledgement. When praise is given sparingly, yet meaningfully, it becomes an emotional reward that reinforces loyalty among followers. It validates their efforts while simultaneously affirming the leader's presence as crucial within the organization. A wise leader understands that every acknowledgement carries weight. Therefore, timing matters significantly when offering praise. By recognizing achievements at opportune moments, without falling into the trap of overwhelming flattery, leaders build stronger connections rooted in mutual respect. This approach ensures that followers feel appreciated without becoming complacent or reliant on constant validation from their leader, a scenario fraught with potential pitfalls if left unchecked. Inevitably, every leader will face moments when their authority wavers or crises arise unexpectedly. How one navigates these turbulent waters defines lasting influence more than any previous successes could ever do. When confronted with chaos or uncertainty, maintaining composure becomes paramount for effective leadership. Panicking only erodes respect accumulated over time, while displaying weakness invites further challenges from both allies and adversaries alike. This paradox illustrates why calmness amidst chaos is essential. A steady demeanor signals confidence even when circumstances appear dire, and has lasting implications for how followers perceive their leader's capabilities under pressure. During challenging times, true strength manifests itself through decisive action paired with unwavering resolve. True greatness does not lie solely within winning battles, but rather arises through learning how best to adapt strategically even amidst setbacks encountered along life's journey, transforming challenges into opportunities for growth along the way. Reflect upon your aspirations. Do you seek comfort or genuine influence? If it is influence you desire, embrace discomfort wholeheartedly, for therein lies its beauty. As you continue walking this path towards mastering influence dynamics, may each step serve as a reminder of what truly matters within this intricate dance between power dynamics. Fostering respect rooted firmly within understanding human psychology while skillfully navigating complexities inherent therein. Ultimately, the choice rests within your hands. Will you rise above mere popularity, seeking genuine authority rooted deeply within respect? The journey ahead awaits those brave enough to confront these truths head-on. If you found value in this exploration of leadership dynamics today, consider subscribing to Philosophy Pulse for more insights into mastering influence and navigating human behavior effectively. And don't forget to comment below what resonates most with you about today's discussion. Your thoughts could spark meaningful conversations within our community.